whips, welcome back to my channel. Today marks the start of a small silly little project. I've had this on the back burner for months since I actually started filming, doing the whole YouTube thing. And it's a bit stupid. So the situation is, you go about your day, you're doing a lot of filming, the camera's just sat there on the tripod, and I just looked at it and I thought, doesn't it need a tea cozy? Doesn't it need something to like cover it up, protect it from dust when I'm not using it? So we're going for something a bit whimsical and funny. This is not intended to be, I mean, I hope it is practical, but it's just supposed to be a quick, fun little project. And I thought I would use up some of my patchwork scraps. I made a baby blanket for a friend a couple of years ago. I'll insert a picture here. It ended up really cute, and I was going for this kind of like brickwork design, and these colors just ended up not really flowing with the rest of the fabric I had chosen, so I took them out and replaced them with something else. But I mean, they're all ready to go. They're on cardboard already. So I came up with a design using these that should fit around my camera on my tripod. I'm also hoping to add like a little drawstring at the top, so I could potentially also use it as a bit of a protective carrying case. I don't actually have a camera bag. I don't really bring my camera anywhere, so it hasn't been an issue as of yet. But just, you know, having the opportunity. And I just busted out some fabric from my stash to use as the lining. So that's the plan for today. Stitch these together. I'll insert a picture here of the plan I have for how I think the tea cozy should be made up. I'm gonna have to reference it myself. But yeah, let's do some hand stitching. I'm just pulling up my reference photo for my design. I have everything laid up here, and I'm just gonna stitch them together 2 and 2 and then join it all up. It shouldn't take too long. Hold while I find some thread that match. I found this nice reddish, dark red color that I think goes well with both of them. And I mean, you won't really see this, so. Really good video to tell you a bit about how it's going with my other patchwork project, which I announced months ago. Spoiler, not according to plan. I'm gonna move to a different location and continue working on this, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. I'm back again, and I have a floppy something. everything is attached, and the next step is going to be to lift the corners up, and then I should be able to stitch up the seam here. I'm just going to leave the cardboard in for now because that's going to make things easier. And then when I've done all of this, so I have this this little box, I should be able to then remove the cardboard and move on to the next step. Wish me luck. So I'm just pinching the corner together and then stitching it like I would a regular seam on this. Have to repeat that on the remaining two sides, and then we can do a preliminary test. I'm really excited to see how this is gonna look. It's so silly. Right, for my next plan of attack, I need to construct the lining for this. So I'm gonna leave the cardboard in for now, and I've cut a strip that should correspond to the circumference of my camera tea cozy. And then we'll worry about the bottom afterwards. But I'm gonna attach this to the top edge here. I should be able to do this by hand as well, since I've got one layer of cardboard that I've done this before and it worked out fine. So let me show you how I'm gonna do it. By the way, I am completely just making this up as I go along. I have no plan or no official plan for this. I'm just kind of having fun.
Another night and I'm just walking, city lights and people talking. I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
Okay, so all I'm doing is just folding the edge in a tiny bit here at the top and then pinning it or securing it in place.
I wonder if you got that feeling, staring at your bedroom ceiling, and think about me the way I think about you. Could you tell me, should I let you go?
And then I can just stitch in exactly the same manner as I've done all the other seams around this top edge. I'll worry about this later, so I'll probably stop just shy of the corner where I need to connect this piece. Yeah. Right, because I'm doing it this way, this seam will be visible, but I'm just gonna call it a stylistic choice and not worry about it. I did choose a matching thread color, so yeah. I've been stitching on the couch to some YouTube because I sit better over there at the moment. So once again, I'll see you when I've been around the whole way. I pulled out all of the cardboard and I managed to stitch down the side. So it's completely finished around the top edge and down. And thank God for baby toys. This actually kind of works. So I can put it over here. And then I think my plan for the bottom is to just fold these down, secure them with a couple of stitches, and then I'll make an additional square that I'll finish on the edges and then put on top, so I get something that looks neat and tidy. Yeah, I'm having a blast with this. It's so silly.
Yeah, I gotta know if I'm gonna be yours, so don't you keep me waiting. Yeah, request you sent just one more time. It's quiet when we both are sober.
I have a square that roughly fits, and then I just need to fold under. And then I think I'll just hand tack it in place, to be honest. I just need to do the corner, so I'll start from just before the corner so I can tuck it under and then move my way around. We're almost done!
2 drinks in and we start all over again, and it feels so right. So just tell me, should I let you go? Yeah, I gotta know, yeah, I gotta know if I'm gonna be yours, so don't you keep me waiting.
I'm going for a somewhat invisible stitch here. I guess you could play up the hand stitched element even more and done something more visible, but I find this to be the quickest as well. And I have been working on this for a fair few hours already, so kind of excited to see it all come together.
Yeah, I have to know, yeah, I have to know if you wanna be mine, 'cause this is so frustrating. Tell me now, don't keep me waiting. Hey,
Alright, I'll catch up with you again when I've been all the way around. I finished it! Or at least I have one more thing I want to add to it. It actually holds its shape really well. I had intended for this to be the outside, the one with the actual patchwork detail, but it's a bit busy even for me. So I think I'll leave it. I mean, at the moment, it is reversible. I'll pop in some pictures of what it looks like on the camera. It's really silly. One detail I do want to add though is a drawstring, so I could close it up around the camera. And I think the easiest way to do that is just to hop on the machine and then add 2 rows of stitches going around the top. Actually, maybe I could even get away with I think maybe just 1 line of stitches actually, and then the top, the very edge will be the other end of the barrier. I'll just remember to leave a gap. And then I do have to open up a seam somewhere to feed in the drawstring. I hadn't thought of that. I might cheat a little and actually open it up on the inside, because I have all of these seams here, and that would mean that I could just do a bit of reinforcement. Yeah, I think that'll work better to keep everything contained, so I don't have to actually cut into this fabric and then have raw edges hanging out. I'm just gonna find a piece of ribbon or something from my stash to add in, and I guess it doesn't really matter if it feeds in through the inside or the outside. I'll insert some images to let you know how it turned out, and thank you so much for following along on this admittedly tiny and very silly project. It's been a nice, let's call it a palette cleanser from some of the bigger stuff I've been working on, the house robe, stuff like that. And this is an idea that's been living in my brain for months now, so it's kind of cool to see it come to fruition, and also fun to play with. I could definitely see this being like small baskets and stuff, if you wanted to use this for something, yeah, looks very cute. Okay, well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi! But I did promise you a very long overdue update on the other patchwork project. So, in case you aren't aware, I announced a couple of months ago that I was gonna try and make a patchwork jacket. And I had intended to get a lot more done in it and actually have it ready for this fall. It's going really well, but I definitely hit a slump over the summer holiday. I finished combining all of the small pieces for the back bodice, and now I'm pretty excited to puzzle this whole puzzle piece together and actually get a view of what it's gonna look like. So let me find the picture on my phone. I definitely had to have like a reference photo for which pieces go where, because there are so many pieces. But yeah, let's puzzle this together. think all of the top part is correct, but I definitely need to double check the bottom. Okay. 66. 77, and then it must go like that, I think. Let's try flipping it over, but this looks really good. Yeah! Okay, it's harder to get a good look at it turned this way over because the pieces want to curl up, but I am loving the colors together. That looks so good. So for the back piece, all I have to do is piece all of this together, which is less work than it looks, she says optimistically. Just move you over. I have already completed one sleeve, though trying it on, it's actually not long enough, so I'm gonna have to extend the pattern at the bottom. I've also been debating whether or not I should make this more simple for myself and do the opposite sleeve and one of the front bodice pieces as like a solid block of green. I think that would calm everything down a bit. It will also bring down the amount of stuff I have to sew together. But I think that could look really cool and also make the whole thing a bit more cohesive, because it's definitely a bit much, but it looks so cool. Actually, looking at it, I think also I might just do a solid color to extend, because it's basically going to be the sleeve cuff. Yeah, we'll see. But definite progress, and who knows, maybe it'll be ready for spring.